They let my mom out the hospital, and they gave her 6 months to die. They put her on her deathbed, right? And my sister called me, and she's like, "Look, she's like, Danny, mom's home. Mom is on her deathbed." She said, "Come home and see her, because mom wants to see you, but there's detectives and there's police watching our house. They're parked in the van outside our house. So don't come through the front of the apartment." She said, "Sneak through the back alley and come around like 2, 3 in the morning and come see mom." I was like, "Bet, I'm there. I'm about to go see my mama, right?" So all day I'm waiting. 2, 3 morning roll around. I go. I smash. I get back down to Linda Vista, and I get to my apartments, and I go to the back alley, and it seemed like they had my phone tapped, and they heard the whole conversation or something, because right when I hit the back alley, I hopped over a wooden fence to get into my apartments, and right when I hopped over the fence, I landed right into the police arms, like they were just hiding, waiting for me. And right when I hopped over, right when I came down, a cop caught me. Right, I was like, "What the hell is going on?" They're like, "Get under arrest. What's your name?" And they're twisting me up and stuff like that. And I was like, "Man, my name is Danny." They're like, "We got the whatever." And it was like real crazy, right? So they get me, bro. They arrest me. They take me down to the station, right? The gang detective, his name is Mike Gallivan. At this time, I'm 17, but I had joined my gang when I was 10. And this gang detective, he's been after me like my whole life, right? Because I was out to kicking up I was a badass kid. I was like, I put in the gang work. And this gang detective, he hated me. I hated his guts too. And the whole time when I was on the run and they were looking for me, I used to call him and talk shit to him. Like, my mom's dying of cancer, so why you got them? Why y'all watching the hospital? Like, come on, bro. Like this has nothing to do with me and y'all. This is me and my mom. Like, y'all ain't even letting me go see my mama. You know what I mean? Like, that's out of pocket. Like, this is family now. You know what I mean? And he was like, "Danny, turn yourself in." And I was like, "Whatever, dude." But anyway, so we go down to the station. Mike comes into the interview room. He want to question me about the carjacking, kidnapping, home invasion, and a separate murder case, right? I plead the fifth. I don't want to talk to y'all. Get out of here. So after that, he comes back and he wants to take pictures of me for a photo lineup so that they could use in the cases, right? And I know that they can take this picture to use in a photo lineup. So when he try to take the picture, I stick my tongue out. And because if there's 6 pictures in a photo lineup and one dude got his tongue stuck out, and the witnesses point at the dude with the tongue, it's not gonna fly in court. You feel what I'm saying? Because I don't look like the rest of everybody in the lineup. I got my tongue sticking out. So he's like, "Stop sticking your tongue out." I was like, "Man, I ain't finna give you this picture, bro. Like, I don't know what you think, but it's not happening." So he had some police come and try to hold me down so they could take the picture, right? But I just kept on fighting them, struggling, making crazy faces. So they weren't able to get this picture, right? So all the police are mad. The gang detectives are mad. They're like, "Man, forget this dude," right? So Mike Gallivan ended up taking me in his little car to take me to the juvenile halls. The gang detective. He's driving. I'm in the back seat. We going, right? And I'm sitting there in the back seat, and the whole time on the way to juvenile halls, I'm thinking about my mom. And all I'm thinking about in my head is like, "Damn, bro, I'm about to go in. I'm about to catch this life sentence, and I'm not gonna see my mom. Like it's all bad right now. Like I ain't even got no reason to live, bro. Like they could just go ahead and kill me. I'm looking at life. My mama gone. What the hell what I gotta live for, right?" So one thing about me, I always believe in shooting your shot. Always shoot your shot, because at the end of the day, the worst someone can tell you is no, bro. And they tell you no, then you're back at point A. Point A is when you ask for whatever it was and they say no. You're back at the same spot. So never ever hesitate to shoot your shot, right? So I'm sitting in the backseat of a police car. I'm cuffed up. And remember, Mike hates me. He's a gang detective, and I was a gang member at the time. So I said, "Man, I'm just going to shoot my shot, bro." I said, "Hey, Mike." And he's like, "What's up?" I was like, "My mom's dying, bro. My mom got cancer. And all I asked, if you could do me a favor, and if you could take me home to see her one last time before you take me in, right?" And he was like, "Danny, I can't do that." He was like, "That's against the rules. You feel me?" And I was like, "All right, Mike. Like, I understand." I was like, "It don't hurt to shoot my shot." You feel me? So the juvenile halls, It's near my neighborhood in Linda Vista. It's like across the freeway. So he had to go through Linda Vista to get to the juvenile halls. And as he was rolling through my hood, I had my head down because I was just brokenhearted, right? And the car came to a stop, and I'm thinking like we're pulling up to juvenile halls. When the car came to a stop, I looked up and he pulled up to the front of my apartments, bro. I looked up and I thought I was dreaming. I was like, are we at my apartments? Because right then it was about like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. And he looked back at me. He said, Danny, look. He said, I'm not supposed to be doing this, but this has nothing to do with me and you. It's all about your mom right now, right? He said, I'm going to let you go in there and I'm going to let you see your mom. But if you try to do anything stupid, like try to escape, I'm gonna have to shoot you. So please don't try to do anything stupid. You know what I mean? I said, Mike, man, I got you. So he took me to my house in cuffs. He brought me to my front door, and then he uncuffed me. And then I knocked on the door. My sister answered the door. We went in. I walked down the hallway. My mom was in my sister's room. And I remember when I walked into the room, my mom was laying on the bed. And I couldn't believe what I saw because, like, usually when a person is laying in the bed, you can see their body. You feel what I'm saying? But the cancer it had tore my mom up so bad that on the bed, all it looked like was a head on the bed. Like, she was so skinny and she was underneath a blanket. And the blanket looked flat. And it was like a flat and a head. And I was just like, Mom, like my mom. You know what I'm saying? And she was sleeping. So I went over there to my mom and I kneeled down on the ground beside her bed, bro. And I woke her up. Then I remember my mom, she was in like so much pain. Like she could barely even wake up. She just looked over at me. And she's like, son, like she's talking to me in Vietnamese. She's like, son, where have you been? She's like, mom's sick and you ain't never even came to see your mom. So I told her, Mom, sorry, you know? And then she looked past me and she saw Mike standing in the room. Mike's a white dude, right? The gang detective. So she was like, who's that white dude that's standing in our room, right? And I told her, I said, Mom, he's a gang detective. And the reason why he's here is because I got into some trouble, Mom, and I got arrested. And he was nice enough to take me home to see you before he takes me in, you know? And the doctors gave my mom 6 months to live before she died, right, on her deathbed. So my mom asked me, she said, are you going to be out before 6 months? I told her, no, Mom, I'm not, you know? And she started moaning, bro. And the reason why she started moaning is because she was so weak that she couldn't even cry, bro. Ah! Okay, so she told me in Vietnamese, she said, all my life, I try to steer you away from doing bad. She said, I talk to you sweetly, but son, you don't even listen. Like, she said, I yell at you, you still don't listen. She said, all I ask that you do right now is just get in bed. Climb up in the bed with me and lay with me one last time, like you did when you were a baby. I remember I climbed up on the bed and I went and I laid with her, bro. Like, so I climbed up on the bed And I lay with my mom and I just hugged her. And I just held her and she told me something that always stuck with me. She said out of all my kids I worry about you the most. But also out of all my kids I worry about you the least. And she said the reason why I worry about you the least because you've always been a survivor. She said you've been surviving on your own since you were 10 years old. She said you've been surviving on your own since you were 10 years old. And she held my hand and she squeezed my hand and she says, all I ask you to do is that you keep on surviving from mom, okay? And she squeezed my hand and she says, you promise me you're gonna keep on surviving from mom? And I told her, I promise you, mom. I promise you. And there were so many times in my life after she passed where those words, her telling me, and me making her that promise that I would survive for her, it got me through a lot of stuff. Times where I thought I was going to die. But I survived because she gave me this extra oomph, like this extra boost to get through it. And so when I did that good deed for that lady, now you guys understand why, you know? I do a gang of good deeds. You look at my videos, like my older videos and stuff, you'll see them, but you'll really get an understanding of why I did what I did. And then now that everything done went crazy, now that I met all of y'all, and the video done went viral, to tell you the truth, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me because one, God got me, and two, my mama up there in God's ear, like, you better look out for my boy, you feel what I'm saying? And I remember, right, I was laying in bed with my mom, and we just crying. We were in my sister's room, and I had some guns stashed in her closet. And I had a thought in my head. I was like, I'm going to get up, I'm going to go to the closet, and I'm going to grab the guns. I'm going to kill the gang detective. It might sound crazy, but this was my thought. So don't punish me for my thought when I was a 17-year-old active gang member that was just burnt out, right? I was like, I'm going to hop up, I'm going to go to the closet, I'm going to grab my gun, I'm going to kill the gang detective, I'm going to kill my mom to take her out of her misery because she was in so much pain, and I'm going to kill myself. That was my thought process, right? But then another thought came to me. I was like, nah, bro, you don't want to do that to your family. You don't want this to be the last memory that they have. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to, like, that's forever. That's permanent. You don't want to do something that you can't undo. So don't do it. And I remember the gang detective, thank you to him. He gave me a lot of time with my mom, but then finally he was like, Danny, it's time to go. Like, we got to go. And I'm going to tell y'all like this. Walking away from my mom and knowing that that was going to be the last time I ever see her again was the hardest thing I ever done in my life. And I've done some very hard things, and I've been through some very hard things, but having to walk away from her, like someone that you love with all your heart, and knowing that you're not going to see them no more, knowing right then and there, that's it. I remember when I was walking out, I kept on looking over my shoulder. The detective, he was holding me by my arm. I kept on looking over my shoulder at my mom, right? And I was breaking my neck. And as she was walking me out of the room, she was slowly disappearing from my view. And I kept on breaking my neck, till I could see her all the way to the very last second, right? And we leave. And I remember thinking in my head, I'm never going to see my mama again. That's it. That's the last time I'm ever going to see her. 17 years old. looking at quadruple life in prison. You'll never get to see my mom. My whole life is over. But trip out on this. My mom's a Christian too. She's Catholic, right? And then I gave my life to the Lord. Fast forward, this is back in 2000. No, this is back in 2001. Fast forward to 2015. I gave my life to the Lord. And I remember after I gave my life to the Lord, one day I was kicking it, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Danny, you are gonna see your mom again, bro. It ain't over, bro. You are gonna see your mom again, bro, in heaven. So I serve a God, a wonderful God, an awesome God, a God that's gonna allow me to see my mom again one day. You feel what I'm saying? He ain't gotta do nothing else for me. That's all he had to do for me. That's the God that I serve.